The kids are back to school and so am I. In my case, I'm off to Schoolhouse Brewery in Windsor, Nova Scotia to meet Principal Cam Hartley. What started as a basement operation in Cam's home has grown into a complete brewery with tap room and restaurants. While it's got bigger, it hasn't lost its Windsor roots. I'm headed to the principal's office to talk with Cam and team at Schoolhouse about why their beer and their burgers get an A+. I'm thrilled to say I'm standing outside of Schoolhouse Brewery on the Windsor waterfront, and I'm with the principal, I guess a little pun there, of the brewery, Cam Hartley. So Cam, tell me a little bit about the original Schoolhouse Brewery, because it wasn't here, was it?
No, the original Schoolhouse Brewery was in a schoolhouse, which is my home. I bought a schoolhouse in 99 that was assessed at zero. I worked for years fixing it up into a home. Then once it was done being fixed up, I started my brewing habit. I like building things and drinking beer, so...
And then you must have had a fairly patient family because you're brewing in your home?
Yes, I have a very patient and supportive family. My kids grew up kind of hearing a fridge compressor cycling in and out of their bedroom windows, and that was normal.
Okay, and then when does it go from brewing in your basement to this building here?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. So, my brewery at home had kind of gradually grew out of control. The step to make it a real brewery, and of course it had to be called Schoolhouse Brewery, was obvious. So I turned it into an official licensed brewery. At 3 years, still working my teaching job because I was also a teacher, lived in a schoolhouse, brewed beer on the weekends. It became apparent, it was either quit my steady teaching job, government pension teaching job, and go into business, be an entrepreneur, open up a brewery, or stay a teacher. So,
and are you upset about the decision because you gave away the pension and now you're here?
I'm committed now. I'm pretty excited.
Okay, and we got a pretty cool vibe here. You got these big garage doors. So what were you looking for in terms of the experience of the Schoolhouse Brewery?
Well, it was interesting because early on in the journey, my vision was more production because I was a shop teacher, so I love building things. I love the production side of things. But when I could see how we could really control the experience for our customers with our own tap room. Yeah. And I'm from away originally from a big city. I've never actually worked where I live, so this was an opportunity for me to live and work and be in my community and be a center of our community.
And amazing. And you built a great beer program. You created a great food program.
I've got a great team, curated a great team of people here. Lee, who's running our beer production. We've got Brandy, who's running our front of house, and Kat, who's running our kitchen. I've got great people who are just creating a great experience here at Schoolhouse.
Okay, so I got what I would consider a slightly turbid or hazy beer, so I'm guessing it's a style, but tell me, what do I have in my glass?
So that is our Summer Day IPA. Summer seasonal. It's a sort of a sessionable New England. It's a little bit hazy to style, and the alcohol a little bit lower than most.
And the IBU must be relatively moderated because I can tell this one has a lot of great fruit character, but it's not coming off with any of that crazy bitter aftertaste.
All with how we're working those hops after the fermentation's done.
Okay.
In the dry hops and stuff.
Okay.
I guess
great aromatics without a huge amount of back end bitterness.
Yeah, that's what we always shoot. I love the aroma and like the fruitiness of hops, not so much the bitterness. So that's what we're.
And what's in your glass?
This is my personal favorite. This is the Principal Ale. Of course, I am the Principal.
Of course.
And when I started the brewery, I wanted a lower ABV pale ale with hop aroma, not the hop bitterness. And this is it. And it won Canadian Brewing Award, won silver in the APA category last year.
Amazing. So that's definitely cheers to that. So thanks,
cheers,
Cam.
Thanks.
Now I'm sitting with Kat Seward, the kitchen manager here at Schoolhouse Brewing. And you've got some legendary things going on in this town because I heard your name a lot. Okay, so I think what we want to do is dig into the menu and tell us a little about it. So it's not like overly fussed up or huge, right? You're trying to keep it simple?
Yeah, we specialize in the things that we do make, and that's why it's so good.
Okay, and some of the things that I've heard are so good. One, there's something called classy fries, and I really need to know what classy fries are.
So it's our crispy fries that we toss in salt and pepper and chives, and they have Asiago, sour cream, bacon, and green onion on them.
That doesn't sound good at all, right? So anyway, and you do occasionally some classy fry specials, so sometimes you should come down to Windsor. You never know. You might find something really fun. And we're going to dig into this burger. And this is not just a burger, because I need to know about this bun, because this bun is not your average bun, right?
It is not. So our buns are actually handmade and brought down locally once a week or twice a week, depending on how fast they go. But it's Bedard Bakery.
Which in itself is becoming like a legend of bakeries.
Oh, yes, definitely. Valley. I mean, if you haven't been there, you have to, because my waistline is going to pay for it.
Okay, and so the bun is special, but the beef's special too. So what's unique about the beef?
So whenever we brew all of our beer, Chez Duguay comes and picks up our spent grain, and they feed it to the cows, and then they bring us our burger patties. So it's a full circle burger. They feed us, and we feed them.
Okay, so we got beer infused into the burger. I'm going to pair it with a beer, surprisingly. So do you mind? I'm going to taste it.
Absolutely.
And be the judge of the Schoolhouse Burger. So let's dig in. I'm just going to take a moment and enjoy this beer and this burger, because that is really, really good. So cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers to you.
I loved hanging out with Principal Cam and all his pupils at Schoolhouse Brewery. They really know how to create a welcoming, inviting experience. Love the beers, very aromatic and fresh and easy to drink. And the food was unpretentious too. So in that mindset, I'm gonna make a burger, and I'm gonna make it topped with some beer battered onion rings, some caramelized onions, and pickled onion. And I think it's gonna be a delicious pairing to their beer. Let's get cooking. Start by making beer batter onion rings to place on the burger. Season all-purpose flour with a pinch of paprika for smokiness, a pinch of garlic powder for seasoning, and a touch of salt and pepper to bring it together. Add Schoolhouse beer. Whisk the batter until smooth. Slice onions, break them apart, and place them in the bowl with the batter. Heat vegetable oil. When the oil is hot, add the onion rings. Fry until golden brown. Now to build the ultimate burger. I started with a pre-cooked burger topped with cheese. On the bottom, we're gonna put a little bit of sriracha mayo, a generous helping of lettuce. Then we have a just cooked cheeseburger. Then we're gonna go with a little pickled onion, a little caramelized onion, 2 onion rings. We have a burger. Let's try it out. You got all the elements at play. You got a little heat from the sriracha. You got tanginess from the pickled onions. You got sweetness from the caramelized onions. And you got that nice crunch from the deep fried onions. And now a little Schoolhouse beer. So I recommend going to Windsor, going to meet Principal Cam, and trying their burgers.